Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Carolina Panthers. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Ready?
Mike's 59.
Come on, baby. Tight. Check. Monday.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That one will be incomplete. He caught it, but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Be good. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Space to maneuver at the 40. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2. End zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set. 18 Gator.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Check. Crunch.
Blue draw Corkers.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. All right, T. Let's. All right, T.
Hey, Haywood.
56 to Mike.
Yeah.
Check 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Protein spill. Golf.
49.
Ready?
49.
They'll set up to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Now Allen off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, the pressure just couldn't get to him that time. They forced him out to his right, but he held his poise, surveyed the field, didn't find anything he liked, and then took off and picked up a nice gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Check alert.
You go tight.
6-6, pull it high.
Tight right there.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Cut. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, and that fell harmlessly to the ground. Staying on his feet. Looking long for Westbrook. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose.
That's caught at the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Joe Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9. Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Keelan Cole, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. McCaffrey. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
49, check 49. Hey, Sam on. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Shift. Check. Lucky.
Hey, wahoo.
2nd and 15.
In your face.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go, baby.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Okay, ready?
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
Now.
2nd and 13. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
You.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
Let's get off the field, D. Whip.
On play action, Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Come on, boy. Regular. Be scared of it.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Check.
Mixon with a first down carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Don't. Pass. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Topper.
Slam. Check.
Off 52.
Check hot route. Hot.
On second down, here's Mixon. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Don't be mad.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Baby. Mike.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Here's Allen to throw it. Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, seam 6.
Mike's 56. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike 56. Mike 56.
5.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking long for West. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Chanini!
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Out. Pass 10. Give me that ball, defense. Pilot, 64, weak. Give me that ball, defense.
He's crashing.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Chanini!
Mike, check.
Sub. Hey, check 24. Let's go.
Now Allen. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The kick by Marr is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Coleman. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up.
Hey, pick your game up.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
3rd and 1, who you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Mike, 59, 59. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
Alert, 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 alert.
Give me some. Give me some.
Check 26.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now he'll escape to his right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
3 down. Odd.
Watch the safety creep.
2nd down and goal. Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They come out here in the eye.
55. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
Sponge. No.
Check.
Here's Mixon. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Marr now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
61, matchbox lights. Hey. High 7. Now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week. But maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Mike, 33. Hey, let's get this.
Regular. Alert!
Hey, check Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 33.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
On the ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Bills have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Nickel. Alert! He's checking. He's checking. Crash.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
I'm going to hit you.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Check. Watch the shift.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Allen. This is Coleman with a grab. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Maher is good. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Check new draw corkers.
Shoot.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Khalil Mack. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded at the 33. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Checking in on Houston, it's in the 4th quarter there. And the Texans have scored to add on to their lead. A victory there would mean their 6th on the year.
Tight. Half.
He's coming, double up.
On 1st down, Coleman. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
First down, Buffalo.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus. That's a great way to close them out.